Why hello there viewer. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is not Arcee. And you'd be right, it's Decepticon Decepticharge. Weird name, but pink and white. Now, the reason for that is actually quite interesting. But to summarize, Takara wanted to add Black Ragnar to the Binaltech line using the S2000 mode, as it had the only slender bot mode. Everyone else was too chunky for a bot whose design was based off an Asian exotic dancer. True story. However, that plan fell through, but was spun into the Arcee shown here. And it's quite nice, provided you pretend that this isn't her. Now, I already like the design of the bot due to overdrive, as seen over there, but I'm not as excited for the head, and I think it's because of the color scheme. The reason why I think so is because the stoic, emotionless face clashes with the bright pink. In fact, the colors as a whole are not its strongest suit. Maybe have a bit more yellow, as it's solely found on the knees. They could help break up the mostly white and two shades of pink found on her. But yeah, that's sort of about it. Now, other than the head and the colors, the only other difference is the inclusion of a split spoiler, which, depending on how you position this, does a mediocre job at hiding the hollowness that is the torso. Now, as for the accessories, she actually has one less than Overdrive, but it is understandable. For Overdrive, two of the accessories related to the fact that a Honda S2000 was a convertible. This, while still a Honda S2000, is a hardtop, meaning it's not convertible. The spoiler should have given that away because the inclusion of one is redundant. The roof shields are also different in sculpting. This one right here is clearly fabric, while the other one is not, meaning that Arcee here actually has the more believable shield, because as I've already mentioned in Overdrive's review, how does fabric work as a shield like the fabric found on a convertible? Now, as for the gun, one is white and the other is grey. Yeah, that's all the difference. Possibility is the exact same as her mode brother minus the head, as she can't look up nearly as much compared to this guy right over here. But other than that, everything else is the same. You got everything you need for your arms. It's a ridiculous amount for a bot of this age to have. The legs are a bit eh. This one has the steering wheel blocking it. You got a bit of waist. Got some actually very nice feet movement, and the knees, as you would expect, are just useless. They might as well not exist. And now I think it's a good time for the car mode. Transformation is nothing new except for connecting the front wheels. Overdrive here makes use of magnets right over here. A very simple but effective method, as they only need to be close to each other to connect. Arcee, on the other hand, uses the traditional tabs. A bit annoying to connect them together, but it doesn't change my opinion on this conversion, which is brilliant. It's easy to remember and quite fun to do over and over. And trust me, I have done it quite a few times already. And the Honda S2000 she turns into is also just great. It looks really good in white, and the pink that I felt was not a good combo with the white is limited to the pink bucket seats to get a better look. I'll take this out, and bits of the floorboard, which to me looks better, mostly due to the black being concentrated to the interior, contrasting nicely with the pink. If you still want to see the pink, just flip it over. Damn. Anyways, you can also swap accessories with her mode brothers. And just to show you, here it is with overdrive soft top, and the black top surprisingly works really well. I like this. Now there is some paint chipping here and there, maybe a bit of scarring that you can't see because the camera can't really pick it up, but believe me, there are some scuff marks. I can see some right over here. This can be attributed to the fact that this is die-cast metal that's been painted. It easily allows for paint to chip on places with frequent parts rubbing. An example would be the spoiler. As you can see here, this entire spoiler is actually painted, which I actually didn't know. I thought it was just molded plastic, which is very impressive. But also, as you can see here, due to the amount of times the previous owner split the tab, the paint has rubbed off. But it's fine because, like I said, the paint was going to chip because of frequent parts rubbing, and it hides itself away, so it doesn't really matter. So, to close things, Binaltech Arcee doesn't really work as an Arcee, but I still think she's fun to play with or just display on your shelf. Besides, you can always pretend that this is a bot with a different name, something like Suki to reference the Fast and Furious franchise because she drove an S2000. I know the S2000 was mostly pink, but this one has some, so it sort of counts, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, mine was bought for like 30 SGD, a really good price for Mandarek, and I think that should be it. I've talked about everything that I want to talk about, all the differences, all the similarities, and how fun this thing is. I hope this video was useful in any way that you see it, and I hope I'll catch you next time.